Now we're going to be using the hip to determine what other measurements will be. The hip is 41.5. We're going to be adding extra 20 inches. Why? Because when you are smoking or shearing, the fabric is going to shrink. You're going to shrink to the size of your body, so you don't want it to be too tight and the person wearing it cannot move. That's why I said you should add extra 20 inches, and it doesn't matter because it's still going to disappear once you start sewing. Now for the length is 43 inches, right? But the dress is an off shoulder, so I'm going to remove 5 inches from the length, which will make it 38. But then again, we have we need to add sewing allowance, right? Because we're going to be folding the bust area, we're going to be inserting an elastic thread. I'll show you what I mean by that. And also we're going to have to fold the hem of the dress, so we're going to be adding an extra 2 inches to this 38, which will make it 40. So our gown length is going to be 40. So I told you that the width of my fabric is 41.5 plus 20, which will give me around 62. So I'm going to measure out 62 inches this way. Luckily I can just pull my fabric like this, the whole thing cuts evenly. Okay, so my fabric is 62 inches wide. Okay, I'm going to make it unfold so that it can contain, my table can contain it. So this is what I need to make my sherry. So I'm going to be ironing my fabric in place. I always advise you iron when you're sewing so that everything would be precise. I'm going to measure my 40 inches now. So 40 inches, right? Check it out. What I'm going to do is to make this is the side right there, is to make a 1 inch mark in 1 inch notch straight down to the hem of the fabric. Why? Because I want to be sure that I'm sewing in a straight line. It will give me a guideline to make sure that everything I'm doing is going accordingly. So as you've seen, I've marked my 1 inch throughout, so I'm going to notch these points so that it will be easy to identify for me, that when I'm sewing everything is proper, straight and accurate. This notch, it will be very easy for me to identify when I'm sewing. Okay, probably like this. Ooh. So for this project, you're going to be needing this elastic thread, you can see. But the downside of this, the stressful part of it, is that you're going to manually wind this into your bobbin. Now note that you're going to be using the elastic thread just in the bobbin area. For the top parts, for the top threading of the machine, you'll be using a normal thread. So time to roll and roll, and not too tight, not too loose, just keep rolling, just keep rolling. That is a stressful part of this. I like to roll at least 3 or 2 of this at once, because before you know it's finished, it's very stressful and annoying to start rolling all around. So just do so many at once so that your work can go fast, smoothly. Okay, see you when we're done rolling. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to make a casing for the elastic I'm going to be putting in the chest area, and when you fold it just like this, make enough room for my elastic thread to come in. So now I'm done with the elastic casing. I've already pressed it down. Now onto the big thing. I have passed the elastic thread through. My regular thread is up, so I want you to make sure your machine is in the loosest stitch. You don't want to make tight stitches with this kind of thread. So I got a trial piece of fabric. I don't advise you do this on your clothes first. We have to do testing to know what this elastic thread has in store for us. So I'm adjusting the stitch length of my machine. Okay, that is good. You see, that is good. That is good. And also note that the regular thread is going to be on top. The elastic will be behind you. I don't think I like this new one. Okay, let's see. Just keep trying. Gently pull out. Okay, I think this is okay. So I have been sewing this for a while now, and as you can see, it's coming out well. I love this. So I'm going to show you how I do. Remember, our notches are here to guide us. So, and please, as you're sewing, keep spreading it out. You don't want to sew on the gathers. So keep spreading it out. Keep spreading. Keep spreading. Keep spreading. I'm afraid you have to use your eye ruler because I wouldn't want to draw things on my fabric. It's not going to have a lining, and the mark will be probably permanent, so I use the notching. Okay, and I drag it out and make sure that there is enough rope. Yeah, so this is me after so many hours of sharing. I wouldn't be doing this part because the style doesn't warrant it. I'm supposed to use this part flat. The hemming, I have to hem the fabric, then I'll put the elastic band here, but let's hem the fabric first. This is the elastic casing I made earlier, and I want to put the elastic inside because it's going to help hold the bust area, stop it from falling off. So I put the elastic here and secure it with a pin. I'm going to stitch it in place. So as you can see, it's looking lovely. So now I'm going to join these two parts together like this, and I'm going to be stitching here. This will turn out, this will be the back. Now this thing I'm going to stitch in the center will be in the back, so that the sides will be seamless, no joining or anything. So Let's move to the sewing machine and do our joining. I'm going to be adjusting my stitch to the normal stitch length. I don't want it to be too loose. I want this very sturdy.